All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list for September 12th, 2019, and tomorrow is going to rip, and actually it's already ripping right now. Here's your after hours chart. Boom, baby. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself and say there's a trade deal that's going to happen, but it seems like the president is switching it up, and this is kind of unexpected. But what happened? Trump said that he is going to delay the tariffs that were going to come on August 1st. He's going to delay them to August 15th, but the markets took this very well, and even just seeing the reaction after hours, I think we're going to have a lot of activity tomorrow. We did see it today. Today was already all over the place. Again, it has been a weird week, and I even think this news just makes it even weirder. I don't want to say that we're going to have a trade deal just yet, but it seems as if this is enough to take the markets up until the Fed, and then we still have the Fed right around the corner, which is next week. But this is going to give us some activity and some volatility. Now, as far as the main key for tomorrow coming into all of this, what I am worried about, although we could see the rip, I think it might, again, futures are already up 150 points right now. We're going to see a rip up. However, it doesn't mean you're going to get a big intraday move. So if you see today, we kind of had a decent intraday move if you look at it. Again, even crazier after hours. But what could happen could be the last time we did get trade deal news. This is showing you after hours, so you could see we could gap up, get a big gap up, make an initial move there for the first 30 minutes, and that could kind of cap us out and we stay there. So be cautious making intraday trades. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be opportunity for, and that's where I'm going to be looking for. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I think I did get a little bit bearish and I missed out on some opportunities. And there was a lot of stuff I don't think we mentioned in hindsight. Looking at Apple and the move they made today, they're now at 1 trillion market cap. Even Boeing had an insane move. Pretty much all around, there's going to be a lot of continuations that happened today, and we might see that tomorrow. So again, I still think there's a lot on the table. I'm excited to see where it is. So I hope you guys are ready. Hopefully you guys keep your mindset open. Again, like I was saying, I'm a little disappointed in being too focused or not jumping on some of these opportunities, because there was a lot of even 1,000%ers that ran in front of us today. It's just kind of the climate and underlying attitude that kind of threw me off, but maybe we're looking into it. If we see opportunity, we got to take it. The last thing I want, though, is I don't want to get tricked on this move. And again, with the Fed right around the corner, I mean, if you think this is crazy so far with what's happening, all I have to say, equal and opposite reaction. There has been a lot of craziness that's came out from commodities and bonds to now what's going on with the trade war and how this is de-escalating. I can only wait to see what the Fed brings. So let's get into it, baby. I've got to go over the next key that I have for you. I only have one more main thing that I want to look at. Let's go over the plays that we made today, and let's talk about the opportunities and moves we can make tomorrow. Starting off, one of the main things that I want to look at, and this is that next key I want to talk about, Alibaba and the Asian stocks. I think this is already up a lot. You could see Facebook, growth and growth, what I mean is pretty much your FANG stocks. I'm going to be aiming for all of those. I think those are going to be very good. You could see that Amazon's up 0.25% or 1.25%, but some of these are going to be up about 2% or more. I want to go after those, and I think some of these Asian stocks might benefit. We saw Baidu was even at the low as well. Also, don't forget how that charts look. So I want to see what shows strength and what doesn't. But either way, I'm going to be focusing on some of the bigger names, as well as now some of the stuff that may not get as many eyes. And I really think it's easy to ignore some of these Asian stocks, even some of the Asian ETFs. So I'm going to be looking at those tomorrow, and I think those are going to be some of the biggest gainers. Watch for the value stocks and watch for things that were beaten down, and it even leads to another play. I guess we're already talking about a lot of these plays like Shopify. Shopify's already up 4%. So they've already made a huge move even from the bottom. And this is what I was saying. When the SPY starts to begin, this is what we were talking about when we saw Roku do the dance. I think Shopify is going to do the dance as well too now, because the market's going to go up. I think that's going to start giving them enough gas to start moving. So we'll see. Again, we had some of that weird rotation out there with the value stocks and all that, but either way, I think this is going to be exciting. Like we said, it's going to take a lot to get us above 300. We're gapping above there, and if you guys don't know, that's putting us to a very high level. We're going to be at all-time highs tomorrow, so I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're prepared. It's going to be, tomorrow I think is going to be excited. And again, usually when it's easy to expect what's happening overnight, it's probably going to frustrate us in the sense that people are like, oh, it's going to be up. It's going to be up. It is going to go up. It'll make a move. And then, I mean, it's just going to be very hard. I'm just excited to see what happens. It's going to be history in the making, folks. And again, even the climate and the scenario to which this was created, I think is just nutty, and I love it. So watch out for those. We didn't make any other plays today. What I did go after was Home Depot. I grabbed these at close. I sold another credit spread, and it's interesting because you see, even after this big move after hours, they didn't move. They actually dropped and then they went up. But I did sell a 327, 330 credit spread, and I believe we collected about $186. So it left me with a $60, $70 risk there on the credit spread, and that's for September 20th. And again, this is what I was saying with even those credit spreads. We did push a lot of them into September 20th, thankfully. And again, that's going to cover the Fed meeting. So I'll be excited to see where that is, but that's the only play, and I made that right at the open, or right at close, so I didn't put that on stream alerts because literally I think I got filled with about 10 seconds left, so I figured I would just talk about it here. I'm going to be holding that, and that was the key with the pricing we looked at today for the credit spreads. It was harder to find ratios that were high to make good enough deals. So watch out for those. As far as the rest of the plays, I want to watch Apple. I'm waiting for them to have a continuation. I mean, they're almost near all-time highs, I believe. Last time it was like 232. They got a lot of momentum. They already had 1,000% plays. So usually when that happens, it's just like Boeing yesterday. There could be a continuation. It's easy to underestimate what these could do. But again, if there is going to be that quick move off in the 30 minutes, Apple is going to be the first one I'm going to look at. And I do want to start sprinkling some seeds out there. So what I mean by that, we've been playing a little, and this is where I'm kicking myself because I've been more conservative with the credit spreads, but I'm still going to maintain that and look for those plays. But I do want to sprinkle maybe $20, $30, $40 out on some of these smaller momentum plays going in this favor, if and only if we could see that gas there. But Apple would be one of the ones I want to go after, and I really, really like where it's at. So watch them. The next one's going to be Walmart. They're up, and you could even see, just like Home Depot, some are going to move bigger than others. So it's either Walmart and Starbucks kind of move in tandem, and then you also have McDonald's, and we have that credit spread on McDonald's on the puts we sold at the bottom. Those are probably going to make us some money here as it starts to go up. We'll probably look to close those out as those max out. Even you see Roku's up there on the high ticker after hours, though we're going to make money on that credit spread that we sold on the put side. So that'll be good. But here's the thing now. You saw Home Depot and McDonald's. If there is a big bounce and people start to buy this up, it could have a big upside, but I don't know if we should bank on it too hard, because if you look here, last time there was that little trade deal with China and all that, and there was any positive news, McDonald's didn't move up too much because it was already up. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes up there, but I'm still going to watch that, and we still have that open position. Then, like we said, Shopify, if it starts to move with the market, I think this could be its time right here, and that could be setting up. Then Amazon and Facebook. I'm going to like both of these. Facebook is up a lot more, and you could kind of see where, again, if all of these tech stocks start to break out, these are in some positions. I even think I'm going to like them for quicker flips because I'm still a little uncertain, at least into the Fed, but we will see. But watch Amazon and Facebook. Again, this is where I think stuff will be concentrated to. And again, if people still feel uncertain, they might be looking at stuff that they have seen, that some of the winners that they've already had in the past. So watch those. Now moving to here, watch the Chinese stocks. Watch Baidu, watch Baba, and then my other one I brought up last time, NetEase. And actually, this even reminds me, you might want to even look at NVIDIA as well too, and the chip makers, even Intel, all that. And Intel, I can't believe Intel is going up like this. This is insanity. If Intel breaks out, that could be a good one. And I've been hesitant on selling. I haven't sold anything on those, so we're waiting, and thankfully we haven't. But watch those as well. But watch NetEase. It hasn't moved after hours, so I want to see what it actually does here. But I am a very big fan of these Chinese stocks. I think Baba too. So right off the morning too, I will be looking at Apple and Baba. Those are going to be my two favorites besides those other values and other plays we have. So there, and then now the banks, those are going to be important. If they start to break out from here, it sets them to a whole nother level. I also like these prior to the Fed for the credit spread aspect. But if banks start to lead or lag tomorrow, that could give us a lot of information. And these are some of the cheaper ones that you could even get good straddles on now. So as we're getting up here, people may not expect bigger moves to the top. We might be able to get some good moves, or we have to wait for it. If they do lag, this could create a good opportunity to play both sides. But I'm going to be watching financials tomorrow. Then Boeing, they also had some very, very cheap iron condors I wanted to try, or even the credit spreads, excuse me. There's both. I want to sell very deep in the money ones because, again, Boeing could just always go up a lot, and then it could cuck and stay there. But watch them as well. They've had now 2 big days of this. Another stock that did 1,000% here in the day on some of these contracts, so watch out for those. And then Roku, as we talked about, this one has moved tremendously. I'm still a bigger fan of Shop, but I do want to see. Usually, I don't know if we see both of them go in tandem sometimes, but lately it's been one or the other. So watch that. And then now to this chart, I have a lot of ETFs, and one thing I noticed here and one thing I'm expecting to happen, you could kind of see it after hours. TLT ripped over here. It came out, but it didn't go down too much. I wouldn't be surprised to see a phenomena starting now coming into this week. The markets are going to start getting higher. Even though it's going to be positive, you're going to start seeing TLT go up. That's what I'm kind of expecting, in the sense I think bond rates are going to go down. And now this is surprising to you guys because you're like, wait, bond rates in the markets could do this? Well, yeah, that's what's been happening. Think about it. The market's been going up and bond rates have been going up. If you really put it in perspective, I think we're going to see something now where you're going to start seeing the bond rates start to go down, but the market is still going to come up. So keep your eye out for TLT, and the same thing even applies for GLD. And even if you look at their charts here on the daily, you could see it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see GLD and SLV. I like too. Those Octobers are my favorites. Then I'm going to be looking at the transports. I like this as just the overall ETF. Markets at all-time highs. This is kind of below. You've seen FedEx and UPS, and they have been outperforming like crazy. So I don't know. That's the hard part about tomorrow. Some stuff is already, it's just so all, someplace already has ran a lot. It's either going to be exhausted tomorrow, or this is really, it's going to do some stuff you've never seen before. This is one of this is probably one of my more favorite ETFs alongside all those other ones. Watch that, and then watch UVXY, because this is something unique here. UVXY is dead. It's crazy because this is what we saw coming into the last Fed meeting. It's a little bit higher, and this could be reflected in some of those TLTs and everything else, but I'm going to keep my eye out for this. I think this is setting up a very, very big golden opportunity, so watch out for that. Then as far as even companies, Lulu, I don't know if you guys heard this. It's a great play, especially if you have like 10, 15, 20 legs on the options. I'm totally kidding. Hey, man, it's not a joke, man. Hey, do you want to laugh at me? Huh? Okay, you want to tell me what I'm doing is not working? Okay, man. You go play your little option, your little credit spread, your little debit spread. I do all of the leg spread, huh? I guess I'm a ladies' man. Who knows? But Lulu's interesting. Lulu reminds me of Lulu did good. Restoration did good. I like that this morning, and these ran, but it pretty much did most of the move in the morning, so watch what it did there. But Lulu reminds me also of Ulta and some of these stocks now that had moves on the upside, or Lulu went up and came down, but now Ulta, they dropped. If there is any positive news, watch for some of these stocks that are beaten down to go up. And then lastly, too, I forgot about these. Altria, we saw the vape news and how that played out, but this thing was, again, it did that actually. Well, there you go. It did exactly what I talked about on stream, because it had that bad vape news. It dropped, and I brought this up. I said, how many of you guys remember, it was like 2-3 weeks ago that news came out? It dipped super hard, and then out of nowhere it came up. It's like they have a crazy buyback program waiting there, but pretty much did it again. But watch those. They had that vape news, and I'll see how that happens. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure we see you here in the morning on this channel. I have not resolved the other one just yet. I think we'll get it by Friday. If not, over the weekend, we will see. Regardless, you know where to find the cult. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. And understand none of this is a recommendation for advice. Option trading is extremely risky. You can lose all, if not most, of your financial investment. The cult loves you. Make sure you got your cloak ready. Just make sure you're in the game. Be smart, be patient, and let's go.